Today I fucked up by buying my wife a bra. Yes, I foo again. I really actually don't feel I've done anything wrong. My wife disagrees. All summer she has been complaining about her sweaty tits. How she's ruining all her good bras with Cheb sweat. She's paranoid about under-boob sweat lines, etc., etc. Now this isn't my first rodeo, so I stuck to just sympathetically listening and nodding at appropriate times. No comments that could be misconstrued as me criticizing her breasts or her sweatiness or anything like it. She's not even any more sweaty than the average person and her breasts are incredible, but I digress. And absolutely no way in hell was I going to try to solve her problem. Only a husband who is an idiotic masochist would do that, right? But then last week I got an email from the company she buys her period pants from. Each newsletter sign-up gets money off their order, so a while back she had also signed up using my email address to get an extra promo code. I don't have a menstrual product fetish or anything, I swear. Anyway, the subject line caught my eye. The sweat-proof bra. A match made in leak-proof heaven. Obviously any sane person would delete the email, but as I said, I'm an idiotic masochist. Plus, the email said this bra would be my wife's new breast friend. Who was I to keep her from her breast friend? So I checked out the sizes of her other bras and then placed an order. It arrived an hour or so ago. I knew what it would be, so handed it to her unopened. Here babe, this is for you. Ooh, what is it? ! It's a bra. At this point I see the glint in her eyes and realize my mistake. Sure enough, instead of the sexy lingerie she was hoping for, she pulls out her large, beige, utilitarian-looking, sweat-proof bra. Well, I'm sure you can imagine how it went from there, and my foolish muttering of "bu." But the ad said it would be your new breast friend, didn't help matters. Because apparently I'm the only sweaty tit here. I don't find her sexy anymore. I'll have you know that those sweaty breasts fed and nourished our children. And just what, exactly, am I getting at anyway? Am I trying to say she has saggy boobs? That she needs a new bra? A more supportive one, for her aging sag bags. This is just like me, to try to solve a problem, rather than letting her vent. So yeah, that went well. She has taken the kids to their swimming lesson and then for ice cream, so I have 2 hours or so to try to salvage things, somehow. Crotchless pants? 4 fucking sisters and not one of them is free to answer the phone. 4 iterations of, sorry I'm busy, is it an emergency? Texts. So I'm on my own with this one. I think she'll be more willing to listen to my apology when she returns. She knows I am a well-meaning idiot. And I think she is beautiful and sexy and deserving of lingerie, not beige, sweat-eating monstrosities. Too long did not read. Please, take heed of my lesson. No matter how much she complains about her tit sweat, do nothing. Edit they're just back. She has ice cream for me and a sheepish grin, lol. I imagine we will be laughing about this after the kids go to bed. Like someone said, possibly my delivery, as if it was going to be a great present, contributed to her reaction. As did the fact I haven't bought her sexy underwear in a long time. And she may well be going through the perimenopause. We have an incredible relationship. She is so funny, kind, caring, laid back, witty and a million other good things. Her reaction was baffling, it was so out of character. Anyway, I'm going to read the kids their stories and put them to bed. They always sleep incredibly well after swimming, so hopefully we can both enjoy her sweaty breasts soon enough, lol. Please don't call her a bitch, twat, or any other derogatory term that she has been called here. She is amazing and I love her more than anything. I know that everyone is different, but it really seems like a caring gift. If my husband did this and said, the advert said it would be your new breast friend, I would die laughing and give it a try. I know that everything my husband does for me is out of love and not malice, so just give your new titty buddy a try. I think the problem is she hasn't seen how good it could look. You need to model it for her when she gets home. Oh dude. I am so sorry. I know what it's like to really want to help a situation. You feel like you can, but once you've done what you've done, it's either made things worse or has broken things majorly. I would love it if my fiancé bought me a new bra that would solve all my boob problems. What's the issue? Today I fucked up not checking the exam room before a final exam. This happened when I was in college. Went in the usual classroom for a chemistry final exam. When I entered, it was pretty busy. But I thought it was normal as people were just settling in. Everyone already got their exam papers, so I went to the front to get mine. I was kind of confused when the instructor said, "Good luck, you have 5 minutes left," while chortling. Then I realized that people weren't settling in, they were finished and handing in their papers. Did I just miss the final exam, which carries 30% of the course grade? I thought to myself. I sat down and was about to burst into tears, until I looked at the paper and realized it was for a different course. Mine was moved to the next room and wouldn't start in another 15 minutes. Almost got a heart attack, cold sweat smile. No wonder I have never seen this instructor before. I thought he was one of the teaching assistants. Or maybe he was standing in. But now it's clear he's just an instructor for a different class. TLDR. I went into my usual classroom to take a final exam, not realizing it had been moved to another room. Thought I missed the final exam when it actually hadn't started. Gave myself a panic attack for no reason. Did you pass though? Biology class. Midterms. I was sick and missed it, so they rescheduled another day. Instructor gives me the midterm as she gives a class, and makes me go in this tiny closet room to write it alone. Was about 15 minutes into it until I started looking around the closet room. It was all biology books. Stacks and stacks. Needless to say, I aced that exam. My university checked ID when you entered and locked the door when the exam started. They don't do that in college? Doesn't that mean anyone could enter and write your test for you? Today I fucked up by buying my wife a pill box. My wife, 32F, and I, 28M. Both have various chronic illnesses, and we take roughly the same amount of medications each, morning and night. We both have ADHD thrown into our chronic illness mix. Because of this, I keep all of my meds in a pill box and fill it up every Sunday. I've been doing this for years and it's very rare for me to miss any of my medications. Wife, on the other hand, keeps all of her vials of meds in a cardboard box, including ones she doesn't take anymore, and take them one by one. She'll get distracted sometimes while she's doing this, so she either will take the same med twice or skip one by accident. Far more likely to skip by accident though. I kept telling her that she really should have a pill box to avoid missing meds or taking doubles. She told me she would get one but kept forgetting. Finally, last week I happened to be at the pharmacy and there was a pill box on clearance which happened to be the exact same one that I own. I gave it to her to have her fill it up since it was Sunday, and to just have her try it out and see if it helps. I worked in pharmacy for a while, so I also helped her get rid of some stuff she doesn't take. Especially since a lot of it looks similar to other meds she is taking and could potentially interact. Starting around Tuesday, I suddenly started to feel like shit. Like absolute garbage. I felt bloated, I was peeing a lot, and I was having tachycardia episodes that were far worse than normal for me. I kept having this awful electro-like feeling buzzing around in my brain. I texted her that I was feeling like crap, and she also replied back saying that she also felt like shit. At this point I was freaked out that we might have some sort of weird reaction or disease or something going on, because it was strange that we were both having these very odd symptoms. On Thursday, she texted me saying that she had this weird rash and that she felt like she had a fever. I hadn't left for work yet and I went over to my pill box on the counter to take my meds, and I opened it up and saw that my Thursday morning pills weren't there. I was confused and opened up the other pill box next to it, thinking I had grabbed the wrong one. There were meds in there, but didn't look quite right. I stared at them for a second and realized that while very, very similar, the box I was holding with pills still inside of it was hers, and she had taken my medications. Suddenly everything made sense. Our med quantity and the meds themselves look almost exactly the same, down to the shapes and colors of the pills. I realized that we've had several days where, since the boxes were right next to each other, we weren't paying attention and took each other's meds a few days that week. Then I realized what her rash could be. I take a drug for bipolar disorder called lamotrigine. There's a warning for the drug for a potential deadly reaction called Stevens-Johnson syndrome, which is where your mucous membranes just go to all hell and you die if you don't get it treated. You have to start that med low and titrate very slowly to reduce the risk of this rash. I take 10 times the starter dose. I called my wife and told her to get to the hospital now, and that we had fucked up and taken each other's meds. She went to the and I rushed over there myself, told them what happened. Thankfully she was able to get it treated before it became a deadly emergency, and she was discharged on Friday. We were so traumatized by the situation that she tossed her pill box in the closet, bought one that looks vastly different than mine, and refused to put it on the counter. For all the medical people out there who want to know how badly we effed up our bodies with the drugs we take. I take lamotrigine, lithium, desvenlafaxine, pitolacin, dextroamphetamine sulfate, and diltiazem. She takes estrogen, spironolactone, escitalopram, Adderall, and buspirone. 0/10, do not recommend. Too long, did not read. Tried to help my wife with med compliance issues by getting her a pill box that looks the same as mine. We both take roughly the same amount of pills and they look almost exactly the same. We took each other's meds by accident and she ended up in the hospital to treat a deadly skin rash caused by one of the meds I take, and I took her titty Skittles, aka estrogen and spironolactone, that effed up my body. I have an irrational fear of this happening to me. I only take one medication 2x a day, but every single time, I check the name on the pill bottle for both my name and the drug name. Read the title and thought op bought wife a machine gun staffed bunker. Oh, you have to titrate lamotrigine L dosage up, down, or you will get the rash. You can't just take, say, 100,200 milligrams from zero. I had to quit taking that stuff cause the side effects weren't worth it. Try making the pill boxes look different. Like, put your name in large letters on yours, and put her name in large letters on hers. The moment I reached, medbox that looks exactly like mine, I was like, oh, that's red flag if I ever seen one. Today I fucked up by accidentally kicking a kid. So this happened to me yesterday. I was in a public toilet doing a number 2 when a father and his 2 kids were in the stall next to mine. I was just sitting there minding my own business when all of a sudden a small toy falls over into my stall. I hear one of the kids scream my toy fell onto the other side as though the father tells him to wait patiently and he'll get it. As soon as I saw the toy I was going to wait to give it to them as it was a bit out reach, but the kid started crying, so I thought I'd be nice and just kick it over to them. So once I stood up to try and kick it to them, at the same time the kid sticks his head under the stall over to my side to try and get the toy and I end up kicking the kid in the face. He stays on the floor crying, saying that the man kicked me in the face. The father of the kid bangs on wall between us and starts screaming at me asking why I had kicked his son. I nervously tried to explain to him what had happened and then he calmed down and said sorry for the disruption. After all that I finally was able to take a dump in peace. Too long, did not read. Tried to be nice and give a kid back his toy and end up kicking him in the face. On a scale of 1 to 40-yard bullet shot by Ronaldo. How hard did you kick the kid? Today the kid fucked up by sticking his head under. Nah, you didn't fuck up. Personally I would've, on purpose, kicked any head that popped up under a fucking bathroom stall, kid or not. Dad is at fault for not having more control over his brat. Lucky you didn't try and stomp on it to kick it back? Or refarse this and post it on kids are fucking stupid. The kid fucked up, which means the dad fucked up by proxy. It's okay, I once kicked a kid too. I was in a public stall and looking at my phone and looked up to a face staring at me under the door gap. It was automatic. My foot went out and got him right in the face. The mom yelled at me and I just told her maybe next time don't let her kid be a peeping Tom.